Have you ever had that moment where your whole life collapses in a single second? I did. And it didn't happen in a courtroom or during some big fight. It happened in my own house on a random Wednesday. I was holding a warm beer, walking toward the living room, and I heard my wife say 6 words that shattered everything. He me 3 times today. Let me back up for a second. My name's Ryan. I'm 34, financially stable, no kids, no drama, or so I thought. Married for 3 years to Janice, beautiful, smart, funny, at least she used to be. I was the guy who did everything right. I cooked, I cleaned, I paid the bills. I even let her quit her job right after our wedding. She said she wanted to figure herself out. Cool. I respected that. But over the past few months, something changed. She became colder, more distant. No kisses, no I love you, no more late night cuddles on the couch like before. I thought maybe I was the problem. Maybe I was working too much. Maybe I wasn't attentive enough. So I doubled down. Date nights, gifts. I even booked us a weekend trip to Aspen. But she always had an excuse.
I'm tired.
Not tonight.
Maybe next week.
And that's what hurts most. Not that she cheated, but that I blamed myself for months while she was getting railed by her ex. Yeah, her ex-boyfriend, Brandon. The guy who once dumped her via text. The guy she once called a mistake. And the worst part, she wasn't even going to tell me. She planned to divorce me quietly and take half of what I owned with her. But here's the thing she didn't know. I heard everything. I recorded everything. And I had a plan. You want to know how I exposed her? Buckle up, because this story gets worse and a whole lot better. Janice and I met at a friend's wedding. She wore this navy blue dress that made her stand out in the crowd, not because it was flashy, but because she had this calm confidence. While everyone else was drinking and stumbling, she stood near the back, sipping wine, laughing softly. We started talking over cake, and we never really stopped after that. Our first year together was magic. Late night talks, beach trips, movie marathons on rainy days. She'd fall asleep with her head on my chest, and I'd stay awake thinking, damn, I got lucky. I introduced her to my dad's old dog, Samson. She hated dogs, but she let Samson sleep at her feet. That's how I knew it was real. When I proposed, she cried. And when she said yes, I swore to make her the happiest woman alive. A year after the wedding, I got promoted. I started managing a regional branch. Bigger paycheck, more hours, more stress, but it felt worth it. I wanted to build something for us. That's when she said she wanted to quit her job. Just for a while, she said. To reset. I supported it 100%. I covered all the bills, paid off her car, let her take yoga, art classes, anything she wanted. I'd inherited money from my father years ago. Smart investments kept it growing, but I never touched it. That was our safety net, our future. Then came year 3. No more late night cuddles. No more random kisses. She stopped texting me sweet things during the day. She was always tired, distant, distracted. One night I came home early from work, the lights were off, and I found her sitting on the couch, scrolling her phone with a blank expression. Hey, I said. She barely looked up. Hey. I kept thinking maybe it was stress. Maybe she was depressed. I even suggested therapy. She shot that down real fast. What I didn't realize was that she was seeing someone, just not a therapist. It was Brandon. And the more I looked back, the more I realized the signs were always there. I just didn't want to believe them. I wasn't going to yell. I wasn't going to cry. I was going to get the truth and make sure I had the proof. That night, after hearing her say his name, Brandon, I didn't say a word. I just smiled. I kissed her goodnight. And the moment she fell asleep, I got up and went straight to the garage. I pulled out my old iPhone, the one I used to use before switching to Android. I factory reset it, charged it up, and installed a free motion-activated recording app. Then I hid it behind the bookshelf in the living room, just enough to capture audio. She always talked to her sister there. Next morning, I went to work like usual, but I didn't go to the office. I parked 2 blocks away and waited. At 11:07 a.m., a white Toyota pulled up. Brandon. He walked in like he'd done it before. No hesitation, no knocking, no guilt. I stayed in my car for 6 hours. Brandon didn't leave until almost 5. When I got home, she acted like nothing happened. Said she had a lazy day, took a nap, watched some Netflix. I nodded, kissed her on the forehead, and went to bed early. That night, I reviewed the audio file, and my heart didn't break. It just turned to stone. I heard her laugh. I heard him call her baby. I heard everything. They weren't even discreet. It talked about me, about my money, about how dumb I was for working so much while she relaxed. The worst part? She said she was going to file for divorce in 2 weeks, right after her birthday. Said she'd get half and then finally be free. I didn't sleep that night. Not because I was angry. I was beyond that. I was calculating. They thought I was clueless. They thought they'd win. But the truth is, I was just getting started. The morning after I heard that recording, I took the day off. But not to cry, not to drink. I booked a meeting with a divorce attorney, the best in town. I brought the audio. I brought my financial records. I brought screenshots of her texts, even the security footage from my home cameras. Yes, I installed cameras the same day I heard her plan, just in case. We filed to separate my pre-marriage assets. Turns out, because most of my wealth came before we got married, and since she never worked, never contributed, we had a case. The trick? Don't let her file first. She thought she was buying time to clean me out. I was buying time to cut her off, legally. I closed all shared accounts, moved every dollar that was legally mine to a separate trust, changed the passwords on all my banking, utilities, and streaming services, even the damn Netflix. Gone. She noticed, of course. Asked, "Honey, is the Wi-Fi acting up?" I smiled. Yeah, weird, right? Must be the router. I kept playing the role, the loyal idiot. Meanwhile, my lawyer had already filed the divorce petition, served to her birthday brunch at her favorite cafe. She was wearing a dress I bought, sitting across from Brandon. She opened the envelope and froze. Right then and there, in front of everyone, her entire plan collapsed. And Brandon? He just got up and left. I watched the video my lawyer sent me, security footage from the cafe. She broke down crying, screaming. But it was too late. All her plans were built on lies and entitlement. I gave her exactly what she gave me: silence, coldness, and a door slammed shut. But the story doesn't end there. No, because what she did next showed me how desperate someone becomes when they realize they've lost everything. I stood in front of the court building, heart pounding like a drum. After everything, her betrayal, the lies, the gaslighting, I finally had my day in court. And I wasn't alone. My lawyer had gathered more evidence than she ever expected. Bank records, phone logs, even the hidden recordings I had legally made. Her face, when she saw the footage, was priceless. She stuttered, tried to deny it. Then her ex-boyfriend showed up, subpoenaed as a witness. He confessed, under oath. That was it. The judge ruled in my favor. She walked away with nothing. No alimony, no share of my business, not even the house. I walked out feeling lighter than I had in years. Not because I won, but because I finally closed a toxic chapter in my life. Some losses set you free.